everybody, so it is Trainer Tip Thursday. So we are going to do a form check on deadlifts. Now I'm not talking RDLs, which is a lot of the time what we see in classes and what we teach. We do teach a lot of RDLs. I will go over that at the end of the month. But this is just regular old conventional deadlift. So it's almost like a squat, except you are leading with your hips instead of leading with your knees. So what I see often when trying to do a deadlift is instead I'll see a squat. So leading with the knees and coming down versus leading with the hips and coming down for that conventional deadlift. And it's gonna look exactly like a squat. It's just the range of motion that you're using and the lead body part that you're using is different. With conventional deadlifts, you are not holding weights in front of you. You're holding weights to the side and they're kind of pointed downward at a diagonal. So that's just where my thumbs are my pretend weights. Feet are always hip width apart. I see a lot of people thinking that their hips are here. They are not. Right under. It is okay if your thighs touch. That is fine. Okay, just make sure they're right in line. What you don't want to see in a conventional deadlift is the RDL, which is where those knees are only slightly bent. It's more straight. You're feeling it more on the hamstring versus in the glute. Hamstrings are just going to be a helper in this exercise. Making sure, again, we're leading with the hips coming down, keeping that chest straight up. You're still hitting that depth as much as you can. Whatever your hips or your knees are going to let you go. You're still going to feel like you're falling back. My toes are coming up off the floor right now, leading into my heels, and I'm pushing up and I'm tucking at the top. But my tuck is also not an over-aggressive tuck. So what we don't want to see is that lean forward that's a little bit too aggressive versus coming up and just tucking at the top. At first, you're gonna feel like you're kind of leaning forward still, like you're kind of still in the motion. Your knees will not be locked out, but you will feel that up in your glutes every single time with that focus on the glute hamstring helper on your conventional deadlift. So again, squat is more here, deadlift, you're coming down, chest is still up. RDL, a little bit different with that hip hinge, but it's still all a hip hinge motion. One thing to watch out for is rounding that back, upper back, lower back, keeping the head down, not keeping the head where it should be, all in line. So making sure that we're starting off rolling our shoulders back, get feet hip width apart, lead with those hips. You're gonna feel that belly button come up into your rib cage. Take that pause at the bottom, and then we're tucking at the top. But again, it is not an aggressive tuck. You're just feeling that squeeze in your butt. And that is how to do a conventional deadlift.